Anyone who's lost their bookmarks via a computer crash or accidental deletion knows just how important they are. They give us our bearings on a very large world called the Internet. So it's important that we not only back them up, but recognize their significance and learn to use them properly. If you have any tech-savvy friends, you've probably heard the term delicious being thrown around. It's actually a website address. That's right, it has no .com and it has no www. It's just delicious. Delicious is a social bookmarking service. That means it allows you to store, share, and search your bookmarks online. But different bookmarks can be marked private or non-private, so nobody's going to see anything you don't want them to see. Imagine that you have a book that has many bookmarks in it to tell you where the most important things are. That's been the normal bookmarking service up till now. But now imagine that you can't lose those bookmarks, and every time you pick up a book, even if it's a different copy of the bookmarks are still there. Delicious does this by allowing you to log into your account from any computer, so you can always have access to your bookmarks. Now also imagine that you can also see the bookmarks of your friends. That also means that you'll be able to see what they thought was important, and so it acts for a great way to direct you when you're looking for information. Delicious provides excellent information for signing up and getting the toolbar on your favorite browser, so I'm going to let you do that by yourself. You can get a link to that at techbytes.com on today's companion article. With that, we're going to move forward. We're going to cover 3 of the main functions of Delicious: how to store your bookmarks there, how to share them, and how to search them. Let's get started. Now, I don't personally like the default setup of the Delicious account inside of Firefox. It adds a large sidebar and another quick bar, and to me this just takes up too much space. So this is the way that I set it up. You're free to set it up however you like. I don't need this giant sidebar here because I can always access it just by clicking the checkered Delicious button. And I don't really want the quick bar because I just use the built-in quick bar inside of Firefox to manage the few links that I need to have access to right on the quick bar. So you can get rid of that by right-clicking some blank space and clicking Delicious toolbar. So let's look at some of the practical uses for Delicious. The first thing you're going to need to know how to do is how to continue to add bookmarks to your collection now that you're using Delicious instead of the normal way that you would bookmark your items. So first we need to go to a site that we'd like to tag or add as our bookmark. To add a site to your collection, all you have to do is click the Tag button. And that will bring the Add Bookmark screen from Delicious that will allow you to specify the specifics of the bookmark you're trying to add. For instance, under Name, instead of doing yubnub-yubnub.org, I might just want to do yubnub.org to keep things simple. And under Notes, I want to say real quickly what this site is to remind myself or to remind others who happen to be viewing my bookmark. And I'll want to tag it with some relevant keywords. Those will help you to sort, search, and recommend sites in the future. An easy way to add tags without having to sit here and type them all one by one is to use either the recommended tags or the popular tags. The recommended tags are tags that I already have. I've already bookmarked sites and used these words to describe them. So I could take from here to append some certain keywords to my bookmarks. And I can also use the popular tags to get some recommendations of other things that might be good descriptors of what this site is. That way I didn't have to add any of these tags myself. If this were a private website or one of my private accounts that I wanted to have access to from any computer, I would want to click the Do Not Share button so that it does not appear in anybody's searches or if they're viewing my account. When you're done filling in the information here, just hit Save. And that's the process for adding sites to Delicious. To access this site later, all I would do is click the Delicious button, and I can either search for it using one of the keywords or trying to type in its name. Or I could look at it under one of my tags that it was under. Because Delicious is a social platform and you can see everybody else's bookmarks, Delicious is able to aggregate that data together and allow you to use it kind of like a search engine. Now, while it won't replace Google for everyday search tasks, it will give you a way that you can find popular, good, and useful sites really quickly. Now, you can either search on the Delicious site right here, or if you're running Firefox, just click the little arrow next to your Google search and click Delicious, and then run a search for something. When your search results are returned to you, they'll be classified in two categories. First is your bookmarks, it'll show you the results from your own personal collection. And secondly, it'll show you everyone's bookmarks. You can see the tags that they used. And then it'll show you several matches that it thinks that you'd like. There's some important things here. First is, the first one that you see is probably Delicious's best guess at a best match. And by best match, it's probably a combination of recency, relevance to the words that you typed in, and the number of people that saved it. You can see the number of people that saved the site right here. And so the results move down in succession. But another thing to look for is not only the best match, but also look for the most people. For instance, 1,793 people bookmarked this, BBC Languages, whereas the Learn Italian pod only got 312 people. Now, it might be kind of a mover and shaker in that it's probably newer and has more relevance to what I exactly typed in, but I want to take both of those things into consideration. Because so many people were interested in this BBC Languages, I definitely want to check that one out too. More often than not, searching this way will serve you up some of the best pages on the internet. So in some cases, it's actually better than using your traditional search engine because it's pre-filtered by everybody's opinion. Lastly, to manage and share your bookmarks, all you have to do is click the Your Bookmarks button on the Delicious homepage, and you can see all of the bookmarks in your collection. On the right side, there's a bunch of tags that show you how many items you have in each topic. You can edit any item just by clicking the Edit button, and you can, for instance, say Do Not Share if it happens to be a private site that you don't want anyone to see. Any sites marked Not Shared will not be visible by anyone but yourself. Now, while you can send 1 or 2 links to somebody by email or through a chat box, if you'd like someone to have access to all your bookmarks, all you have to do is copy the address right at the top of the page. Send that to them and they'll be able to view your entire collection. If you guys share a particular interest, however, you could click that particular tag to get just the specific links that match that interest in your collection. And to share that, all you would have to do again is copy the link at the top of the page. And that would give them access to this specific page, any links on it that are non-private. Delicious is a very powerful service that you can utilize in many, many ways. You could have your links displayed dynamically on your website or blog. You could have a cloud view generated of your tags to show you which subjects are most important to you. Or you could combine Delicious with Grease Monkey to get all kinds of results and functionality. The options are near limitless. For instructions on how to do some of that, as well as instructions for everything seen in today's video, head over to techbytes.com. That's tech-bytes.com/delicious for today's episode particularly. I hope you also consider signing up for our newsletter so I can let you know when the next episode is out. With that, I hope you enjoyed Delicious. We'll be seeing you next week.